Hi, this is Professor Pito. Because this is an online course and I can't speak with all of you in class to explain certain issues that you're having, when I spot them in the homework, from time to time I'm going to upload videos onto iLearn just to help explain some of the issues that I see from your homework. The first thing that I want to say is that all of you are doing really great. It's an online course, and with everything that's happening, it's great that all of you are just training yourselves to keep up with the homework assignments, since there's so many of them and there's just so much to learn, especially when we're not able to meet face-to-face in class. In today's feedback and help video, I just wanted to talk about two things that I spotted from the most recent homework assignments. Both of these come from the exercise on definitions, so if you want to go there and take a look, it might be really helpful for you to listen to this video and also see the lesson in front of you. If you'll remember, one of the questions that you were asked was about counterexamples. It's pretty clear that the majority of you were able to understand the concept, but there are a few of you who are still obviously confused about the subject, so I just wanted to clear it up. If you take a look at the definition on iLearn, you'll see that the definition of a counterexample is a specific instance that proves a definition is wrong. For instance, if I were to ask you, what's an example of a counterexample to the following definition of Korean American? Now think about this as you look at the definition of Korean American. A Korean American is an American of Korean heritage or descent. What is a counterexample, or a specific instance that proves the definition is wrong? So you have to think about examples of people who are Korean American but don't follow the definition. Some of you put Japanese Americans, Filipino Americans, even Mexicans or African Americans as examples of counterexamples. Those aren't counterexamples. Counterexamples in this case are people who are Korean Americans but don't comply with the definition that you see in front of you. What about Korean Americans who have parents who are Korean American but also African American? So the mother may be African American and the father may be Korean American. That example doesn't follow the definition, but the child is still Korean American, right? I hope that clarifies what I mean by counterexamples. The second thing that I want to talk about are the rules for definitions, and in particular, the questions asking you to think about a definition that actually violates the rules for definitions. So for example, if you take the term coolie, which is a derogatory term about a particular group of people, in your homework you needed to create a definition that violated Rule 6. So what's Rule 6? Rule 6 says that a definition should not use vague, obscure, or metaphorical language. You can't use words or phrases in a definition that mean several things and isn't very clear. So that's what you were supposed to do for your homework. You're supposed to create a definition for coolie that wasn't clear and didn't help you understand really what a coolie is. These are responses that students provided over the years of incorrect ways to violate Rule 6. Now, if you take a look at the definition that I stated, several of you simply changed one word or removed one word from the definition and submitted that as your answer. Now, that doesn't properly answer the exercise question. For those of you who did that, that's not exactly what I was asking you to do. The first thing that you have to do in order to properly answer this question is to look at the definition provided to you. What are the essential words in that definition that absolutely help you to understand what a coolie is? Is there anything about this first definition that doesn't help you to understand what a coolie is differently than this other definition? This would actually be a fairly acceptable definition for coolie. Now take a look how this definition differs from this other definition. This is an acceptable definition that violates Rule 6 because it's missing key terms that help you to understand exactly what a coolie is. In this case, we also need to understand that the term is derogatory, and we also need to know what kind of workers were paid poorly. As always, these videos won't be complete and they won't answer all of your questions, so I hope you'll visit me during office hours so that I can better clarify some of the questions that you have.